So here it is, my 1991 Plymouth Laser. Just recently purchased this from its original owner. She was very emotional about selling the car. She had saw these cars when they were introduced in 1990. She had seen these cars and immediately wanted one. So she went to her local dealer in 1991, or late 1990, and spec'd this car out exactly how she wanted it. The RS package, the bright turquoise metallic paint, the optional alloy wheels with the gray interior, and of course a 5-speed manual transmission is the car that she wanted. The dealer found one nearby at another dealer, and the dealer swapped it in, and she purchased it. I have the original window sticker, the Maroney sticker, the original PDI inspection sheet from the dealer when it was pre-delivery inspected. She owned this car from day one, always kept it garaged. Told me that she only hand washed the car. It's never been through an automatic car wash. Never in an accident. All its original paint is here and in very, very nice shape. You've got that power bulge on the hood, which indicates the 2.0 liter 16 valve dual overhead cam engine. This is a non-turbo car RS package. The RS has this really cool Tierra strip over the roof with the black painted front section. The base lasers did not have that. A lot of cool features on the RS. This was always my favorite package. I remember when these cars came out, I was working at the Chrysler Plymouth dealers, and they actually blew my socks off because they were so different from what we were selling in the late 1980s and early 90s. They were so cool. So these are Diamond Star cars, a collaboration between Mitsubishi and Chrysler. They were built in Normal, Illinois. The factory was built there specifically to build these cars. Very cool story. The Plymouth Laser, of course, built alongside the Eagle Talon and Mitsubishi Eclipse. The Mitsubishi Eclipse was probably the most common of the three. Then maybe the Laser and the Talon. The Talon came out, I think, a little bit later than the Laser and the Eclipse. But you very rarely see the Plymouth for some reason. You very rarely see any of these first generation Diamond Star cars at all anymore, actually. So as we walk around real quick, I'll show you the paint is original, and there is some minor chips here at the front edge of the hood that you'd expect for a car of this age with a painted front panel like that. Just want you to see that. There is some normal wear there on the front edge of the hood. There's a little crack here on the inside of the front directional light. It's not on the outside. My finger doesn't fall into it. It's on the inside. Probably would never be an issue, but I wanted to point it out. It has its original front plate bracket, which I guess from what I understand is pretty rare to find. Nice decals and stripes. The car's obviously always been garaged. The only reason why she's selling this car is because she was losing her second garage space and refused to leave the car outside. The wheels have some minor corrosion around the outer lip. I've tried to get my guy to come out and have these restored, but he's just too busy to get here. So we've decided to send the car to auction as is. They're very, very, very presentable, but could use to be spruced up a little bit. They'd really make the car pop, and that can be done for a fairly reasonable price. Car has the optional rear wiper. Car has working air conditioning, power windows, power locks. Outer body's in really, really good shape. Couple of little things, you know, a little scratch, tiny little ding here or there, but that's me being really fussy. Really good glass, all original. Everything works in the car. I'll demonstrate that. Clean, rust-free undercarriage. There's pictures of that in the photo gallery on the auction. No worries there. Good tires. One thing that we did to this car immediately upon receipt is that we changed the timing belt. Although she was very good at maintenance, she couldn't remember or find any receipts to show that she had changed the timing belt. So rather to be safe than sorry, we had the belt changed immediately upon receiving this car. And it's a good thing we did because it still had the original timing belt in it. That goes to show you the car must have been well cared for. 99,000 miles on this car with the original timing belt. These timing belts usually timed out around 60,000 miles. And of course, it's an interference motor. So when the timing belt let go, so did your cylinder head. This car still had the original timing belt in it. So that lends to the fact that this car was not abused. The interior of this car is really where it shines. Absolutely impeccable interior. You'll find no rust on this car whatsoever. The carpeting is like brand new, other than when I'm tracking into it. I have the original factory floor mats. They're in the trunk. I'll show you those. The carpeting in the car, the seating. Some minor wear here, I guess you'd call it, on the cloth, but it's not worn through at all. It's just kind of, I guess, a little bit worn. Impeccable back seat. Doesn't look like anybody sat back there, which is probably a good thing because it doesn't look very comfortable. Of course, that folds down. Power windows, power locks, power mirrors. It all works. And of course, these annoying electric seat belts, and they actually still work as well. Close the door. There it goes. Aftermarket Sony stereo CD player that works. She told me that the original one stopped playing and she had it changed out. Sadly, unfortunately, she didn't save the original one. This one works good, and there's a manual for it in the trunk. Rear wiper here on the dash, and it works. Headlights pop up. You can switch here to do that. No problems there. Everything in the car seems to work the way it should. Little ashtray, like brand new. Cigarette lighter. Console with a cup holder. Air conditioning works fine. All the gauges work fine. 99,175 miles. I'll open the hood and the trunk for you, and we'll call it a day. I keep on unlatching my seatbelt, but it does it for you. And down here, we've got a gas release and a trunk release. So I just released that lift gate. Old Mopar oil change sticker, which is kind of cool. She always had it, well, not always, but very early on, she brought it to the dealer for much of its service. These pistons have been replaced. I have a receipt for that. So the hatchback holds up nicely. Very, very clean. There's the original factory floor mats. We cleaned them as best we could. They're not bad. Nice, clean, well sorted. Obviously, this car has been impeccably well cared for, which you can't say for a lot of these cars. By the time these cars fell into the second, third, fourth, and fifth owner's hands, they really got beat up. And there's the engine compartment. 16 valve dual overhead cam 2-liter engine, very clean engine bay. Like I said, brand new timing belt, tensioner, and pulleys. We also put brand new drive belts in the car. We also did the front CV shaft, axle shafts. We replaced both of those because they had torn boots. And did a fresh oil change and put new spark plugs in it. The correct OE stuff. So that's about it. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll do my best to answer them quickly. You'd be hard pressed to find another one of these cars at all, especially in this kind of condition. So these cars are a real bargain today, and probably will continue to rise in value as the demographic of collectors age out and new collectors enter the market. This is the stuff they want. So this is the stuff you could drive this car every day now, preserve it and have fun with it, and maybe make some money on it in the future. Thank you. Let me know what you think.